Hello, and welcome to episode 59 of the Bearded Banter Podcast, the gaming podcast where we are finally back on a regular schedule. Starting this episode, Bearded Banter will be returning on a regular basis. We're going to be a bi-weekly show now, so we will have a new episode out every 2 weeks from here on out. I am your host, Shane, the Bearded One. With me is my new permanent co-host, Matt Legion Rex. Say hi, Matthew.
Hi.
Good job.
I am very tired.
And yeah, because you almost died in the snow pile.
Yeah, that snowbank almost ate you up.
And it would have beat the shit out of him.
If it was if the snow pile was a person, it would probably be Mike Tyson.
So it will bite your ear off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so
Okay.
it would have frost bit his ear off.
Oh!
Just introduce me before people.
Okay, and with us is our special guest, aka potential permanent co-host, Spencer. Say hi, buddy.
Hi, buddy.
Okay.
He'll replace me if the snowbank gets me.
If the snowbank gets to Matt, we will replace Matt with Spencer.
Well, I guess it's time for me to activate my quirk, snowbank control.
Unless the snowbank gets to Spencer, in which case.
Yeah, then
We're fucked.
We're all dead. We're all
stick
done.
with what we have. Yeah.
Okay, so we're back on Bearded Banter. We're going to talk about some Vigima games if the boys are ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty much ready.
our format hasn't changed. We're going to start with half an hour of general discussion, just talking about games and what we've been playing recently. And after that, we're going to get into some news stories.
Ooh.
Some juicy news. I have about 10 stories for today's podcast, so if you guys are ready, we can get started.
I'm
I'm pretty
always
much
ready to talk
All right,
about
and
video
the
games.
timer starts now. So, let's start with Matt. What have you been playing recently, Matthew?
Not much actually. Well, considering
We're off to
school
a great start then.
No, no, we're off to a wonderful start. I'm playing nothing. No, I've been playing. Recently, I've been, because of school and other responsibilities, I've been extremely busy, and I haven't been able to really play what I've been wanting to play. And but I have been playing when I can get to it. I've been playing Ultra Moon.
Oh, Pokemans.
Yeah, Pokemans when I got to it, and it's great. It's really great. It's, if you liked Sun and Moon, it's basically a League's better version of that.
Yeah, so how is it different from the original version?
The story's a little bit different. It's a lot like the original game was more of felt more like a more personal story. This definitely feels more like more classic Pokemon story, where the main villain in this is not Lucamine like in the first game. It's actually Necrozma, the Pokemon. So that's the big difference between the versions. Also, there's also a bunch of bonus stuff at the end. There's a lot more after-game stuff in this.
There's a lot more post-game content.
Lot more post-game content. The game's harder than regular Sun and Moon.
Well, that's a good thing, because most recent Pokemon games have been too easy.
Yeah. It is harder. It is harder. It feels a lot like the Pokemon Emerald or the Pokemon Platinum of this gen, where it's like it literally takes all the best stuff from the first versions and basically fixes the stuff that didn't work, and now you basically have the definitive version of this gen of Pokemon. So if you haven't played Pokemon Sun and Moon, just go and play Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, because
I mean,
they're so good. They're so good.
I haven't played it.
That's because you don't play Pokemon. So
I mean, every now and then I do, but not very frequently.
you you should play Pokemon. That's your problem right there.
I was like, my thing with Pokemon is that I'm primarily like a Gen 1 guy. I didn't find much interest after that. Because, like, fucking Fire Red is where it's at, bro. I did like Y. But I'm just saying, I'm primarily, like, a Gen 1 guy.
One guy.
Because the only real Pokemon I played are Fire Red and Y, and I liked both of them.
Fire Red's not even Gen 1, that's like Gen 3. So.
Yeah, but it's a remake, so...
It's a remake, but it uses the Gen 3 rules. If you actually go back and play Gen 1, I love Gen 1 as much as the next guy, but they're jank as fuck, so...
Yeah, super
God,
jank.
if we're talking about, like, I thought
Red
it was
and blue.
called...
Red,
yeah,
blue,
it's
and yellow.
Called them, yeah, Blastoise Blue and Charizard Red and Pikachu Yellow.
Yeah.
The first generation, most people love it, and I'm gonna get some serious flack for this. It was terrible, dude. It was terrible.
Spencer with the controversial statement.
Well, okay, so aside from what people take for granted now is the whole special physical split that happened in Gen 4, I want to say?
Gen 3.
Gen 3.
Yeah.
So instead of things like a punch being physical, meanwhile psychic being special, it was actually based on the typing itself.
Oh,
okay.
are we talking like... Are we talking stats, or are we talking the actual split? Because the split was in Gen 4, the stat split was in 3.
No, the actual split.
That split? Okay, that was in Gen 4. Yeah, because, like, Fire Punch was a fucking special attack for some fucking reason.
Because it was the type of fire. And even then, the whole bag having, like, limited space, and your Pokemon showing up not even looking semi what they're supposed to look like. Like, for 1996, I think it was.
Yeah.
97, I think?
97, 96.
97, 96, around there.
It was a fantastic game, and I still love playing the original Blue, but compared to now, it's super, super jank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also, about the limited space thing on the stuff, in the bags. They've brought that back recently for Pokemon, and it annoys the fuck out of me. Because, like, what was it? From Gen 1 to 3 they had it. They dumped it for Gens 4 and 5 and 6, I think. But then in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they brought it back, and it's been a mainstay ever since. And it's really annoying to me. Because now it's like, okay, we get it. People like the more... I think literally the reason they brought it back was because Pokemon, to its detriment, I feel, is desperately trying to appeal to the people who grew up with first gen.
Mm-hmm.
But but the moral of the story is that Pokemon has never been better than it has been now, and I only expect the next generation of Pokemon to be even better than this one, because it's going to be on the Switch, so that's
a thing that's happening, isn't it?
Yeah, and that'll be awesome. And if it is on the Switch, that means we could have a Pokemon game that uses the processing power of the Switch, and that just excites the fuck out of me.
That just basically means that we're gonna get a true Pokemon game on console for the first time. Yeah, not like one of those side games like Stadium or whatever.
Yeah, no, like it's an actual Pokemon game that's like the two versions. You trade between like that, the full.
Yeah,
you could do like trading on the Switch with like wireless.
Yeah, it was wireless, and then of course the online trading, which has become the most popular thing.
The rumor is that they might be releasing that at the end of this year, which is kind of iffy.
Makes sense. Pokemon is usually a yearly release, anyways.
I don't know if it'll be out this year though.
I think it will be. Pokemon's a yearly release, and they've had a Pokemon game every year since X and Y. So, and not even since X and Y, since like Hard Gold, Soul Silver.
Pokemon is the children's version of Call of Duty.
And the difference is that it's actually good. So.
That's true.
I mean, some Call of Duties are good.
You call it World War II.
I will agree
awesome.
that like a lot of the more recent CODs are at a lot better than they have been.
I liked Infinite Warfare more than I should have.
Yeah, same.
I feel. And World War II, and of course I think people have sung the praises of World War II enough that this is gonna be preaching to the choir there. But yeah, World War II is great.
Which
I have my own problems with World War II, but
Yeah.
it's not from like a gameplay perspective. It's from a decision from the developer perspective.
Mhm.
So,
It feels more like a response to a fucking
Yeah.
fan base than it does.
It feels more like they were pressured by people to make that
because
kind of game.
people saw the Infinite Warfare trailer, made a judgment call about it. It was like, oh, this is fucking stupid, and then the game actually came out and it was actually pretty decent. So
yeah. Spoilers. We might be talking about God in the new section.
Ooh.
So anyway, let's move on.
that was
Spencer,
a lot
my
of red
boy.
bars there. Fuck.
So I've
Spencer,
been
my boy. What have you been playing?
Whoa,
Midoriya.
Midoriya. I've been playing 3 games recently, so I'll talk briefly about all 3 of them. The first game I've been playing is Persona 5. Surprise, surprise. I really don't need to talk that much about Persona 5. It's Persona 5, for Christ's sakes. It's the best Persona game. It has an outstanding soundtrack, the story, the look, the design, the aesthetics. It's all perfect.
We don't really have to say anything
No,
about
that's
Persona
Persona
5.
5.
Unless you
Persona
want to say
5.
something about Persona 5.
It's great.
Okay.
There you go.
Real quick,
See?
guest appearance from Bones.
In
The
the
former
background.
co-host of the podcast that I replaced because I'm better.
And I'm gonna replace the new former.
And then
non-former
Spencer's
podcast.
going to replace the new co-host because he was
Because-
consumed by the snow pile.
Because the snow pile murdered me.
Mm-hmm. For those of you who think that we're talking too much about snow, where we live, we're supposed to get like 8 inches. No.
Dude, it's more than
We're
8
supposed to get
like,
a shit ton.
Spencer, it's like 8 inches right now, so, and it's still snowing. So
Oh, well, I'll be okay. Never mind. So,
So stay indoors and play video games.
Well, yeah, yeah.
just stay
so,
indoors. Don't talk to
um,
people. Just play video games. Waste away your life. Yeah, sounds like a good deal to me.
Yeah, Persona 5. We need to talk about it. It's Persona 5. It's amazing. Play it. If you don't, the second game I've been playing is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc.
Not surprised.
No. Once again, briefly, Danganronpa is a visual novel made by Spike Chunsoft. It is a story about these high school students that have one thing that they're really good at, like the ultimate blank, and your one character is kind of normal, and by kind of normal, I mean he's like super normal, and you have to solve court cases, and people die, and it's actually really, really cool, and it's interesting, and the art style's fun, and it's really good at the end, so I recommend you play it. I own
That's
all.
the worst description of Danganronpa I have ever heard in my life.
Yeah, well, guess what? I'm trying not to go in depth and have a kokoku, okay? So,
Alright.
sue me, Matthew. And the third game I've been playing is Valhalla, Cyberpunk Bartender Action. Once again, it is a kind of visual novel, kind of, where it's basically, it's the future of like 2082 or 2062 or something like that. And basically you play as a cyberpunk kind of world, and you play as like a bartender who is kind of like part cyborg. And there's actually no real gameplay. The gameplay is you go to work and you make drinks for people. However, people normally don't give you like the ending that you get is based off of the type of drinks that you get. So a customer may walk in and say, give me something classic. And you look into the classic menu and there's like a mootini, and there's like a sunbeam, and there's all these different drinks you can make. But each drink has a different like mixture of like, this is, 2 cortisol extracts, 4 adrenal. Adrenal is like the alcohol substitute in the future apparently. And so if you give them like more adrenal, because stuff in that is like optional alcohol, so you can kind of add alcohol to things, and that actually changes the story. So far I'm about like, I'd say 7 or 8 hours into it, and it's gotten like really deep, and like you get to pick your own OST, because you basically put tracks into the jukebox, and that's how you basically make your music. It's really good. I got it on sale on Steam because it was on for like $3, and I really couldn't pass that off. But yeah, it's really interesting concepts, and the character design is really cool because it's like this anime style cyberpunk mixture, and it's actually really good. So I recommend people pick that up.
You boy.
Yeah, I need to start playing more visual novels because I used to play them a lot. But,
I mean, same.
I mean, you've only played one. It's being Let's Played right now.
It's being Let's Played on the channel right now.
I've played so many visual novels.
I believe it starts with a D, doesn't it, Shane?
Go to youtube.bearded.com to find our Let's Play.
Monica.
Stop.
No, but what I've been playing recently is, like Matthew just said, is being played on the channel right now, a little game called Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah, was it my top 10 games of the year, by the way?
The cutest and most innocent game ever, and totally nothing else.
It is one of the cutest things I've ever played, and that's why I love it so much.
If you have small children, you should make them play this game because it will make them feel good.
It will also their little hearts they'll explode with happiness.
Yes, they'll be filled.
They'll cry. They'll definitely, if you hear them crying, it's because of happiness.
If you hear them crying in the other room, it's because they're spilling tears of joy because of how happy this game is. If you hear your children crying, just don't check on them. It's fine. They're just really happy about Doki Doki.
I feel like, yeah, you're messing with these poor children. Doki Doki is not Okie Doki.
Well, I mean... let me just say, haven't gotten to the quote-unquote fucked up shit yet, but leading up to that, it's a very good game.
Leading up to that, it's a relatively respectable dating sim.
Leading up to that, it's a comfortable, enjoyable experience with a lot of great characters and some quirky dialogue.
Oh, stellar writing, dude. The writing is...
And very good writing. Let me just say that looking up Natsuki's skirt was the highlight. Underage.
At FBI?
Yeah, at FBI on Twitter. Hey, come arrest me.
Hey, come arrest.
So yeah, Doki Doki, it's a very good game so far. Even before it gets to the fucked up shit, it's just a really nice game. Like, it's got a lot of great characters. They have a very defined personalities. Actually writing the poems is actually a really engaging mechanic because, you know, most of the other time you're just fucking reading through dialogue like normal visual novel, and then it's like, oh, you need to write a poem. And then you can, you know, pick keywords to write your poem that can, and you can write your poem depending on who you want it to cater to the most, and then you can romance them, and it's great.
Yeah, usually, and, okay, you cater, and, the real question is, who did you cater it to, and why is it Natsuki?
Because it's Natsuki.
Exactly, Natsuki's the best girl, and anyone who says otherwise can fight me. So,
I mean, I won't argue there, because Natsuki is my favorite. Or at least she's tied for my favorite.
Yeah, Natsuki is the clean favorite for me. Like, hands down. Sayori's up there, dude. Sayori is...
Okay, if we're going by, like, my favorite characters and the ones that I immediately wanted to date, it went Monica, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri. Yuri
is the bottom for me, too, so...
I mean, it's nothing against the character of Yuri. It's
no, it's
instead,
not.
it's about everything about the character of Yuri.
I would not date Yuri.
Not
and
in
I can't say
No.
why.
Alien.
And I can't say why. And I cannot say why.
I can't say why, but stay away.
No, I actually can't say why.
See, I'm literally a mix of you two guys, because my tie favorite is Natsuki and Sayori. Because I love them both. Because Natsuki's like fucking sassy, and she's a punk, and she's like, oh man,
She's a soon.
she's like, oh man, manga isn't for kids, which it really isn't.
Yeah. And then you have Sayori.
And Sayori's
who's
just a fucking cinnamon bun.
It's the boomerang that killed my father.
Yeah. Watch out for the boomerang that killed my father. It'll be back for you, mate.
Make sure to watch that Doki Doki Literature Club.
Make sure to
Part 2
subscribe to BGN
on-
and watch our Let's Play of Doki Doki for context on that joke.
Yes.
Go to YouTube.bearded/Doki Doki
Mhm.
_club.
The underscore club.
//.net.gov.uk. and don't forget Bell Clixa.
Don't forget, Spencer, don't forget to click that bell.
That bell.
Yeah. Shane, you are playing another game, aren't you?
Yeah, can you guess what it fucking is?
It also starts with a D.
Oh, ironically it does. I didn't even think about that.
It does start with a D.
Yeah. And it's the one game that you've been posting about on your Twitter non-stop for the past week.
Yeah, it's clearly, Driving Simulator 2018.
Driving the greatest game
The greatest game
of all
ever
time.
made. You
Euro
can
Truck.
get in a car, and you can drive in a realistic manner. I mean, it's game of the century, let's be real here.
Okay, I gotta ask because we're all Canadian here. We all went to Canadian grade school. Who here had Cross Country Canada on their school computers?
What?
Okay, so my me. It was the one where you were in control of like a transport truck, and you had to like drive across Canada.
No, I didn't. I
Dude.
didn't have that.
Dude, that game was like, okay, I'm gonna bring up an inside joke, but that game was like tied with like Slim Bob Goes to the Zoo.
Then Bob goes to the zoo.
In which I
Fuck
played
you
those
talking
games.
about, Spencer?
Okay, so side tangent. So there's this thing called Plumo Goes to the Zoo. It's a talking parrot, and he goes to the zoo and goes to the farm, and it was like children's games or at least young adults where you young children where you basically like color matching and all that. And for the life of me, one day I couldn't remember the name Plumo. I could not remember. I could remember the fucking parrot, so I couldn't remember this fucking parrot's name.
Because
So
Slim Bob
I
is an
decided
actual
to type
name
in
that
Slim
would
Bob
be used
Goes
in a
to
video
the Zoo.
game, in a school game.
And it wasn't like, anyways, so I was like, okay, Slim Bob. Slim Bob, nope, not Slim Bob. So I went on Facebook and I'm like, what's the name of the name of the that parrot game? So I just typed up Plumo, and I just yell Plumo, and then I maniacally laugh for like 15 minutes on the ground.
Spencer
Yeah,
lost his mind.
yeah, it sounds like something Spencer would do.
But yeah, Cross Country Canada. But no, you're playing another D game.
I am. The game I'm playing the most right now is, I don't know if anyone's heard about it. It's called Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Not FighterZ. I learned that the hard
No,
way.
people who do that are wrong,
It's Fighters.
and they should be stopped.
Man, it's really sad when even fucking Bandai Namco has to be like, it's this.
Yeah, when
It's fighters.
Bandai Namco
It's not-
comes out and says, yo, this is how you say it, everyone else is doing it wrong.
And then
It's-
people still pronounce it wrong.
Yep.
It's fighters. It's not Fighter Z or Fighters. It's
No.
fighters.
It's fighters.
It just has a Z because get it? It's DBZ.
It just has a Z, because get it? Dragon Ball? So yeah, I've been playing a lot of that. Honestly, if you if I talk about this, we're going to be here all day, so I'm going to keep it short.
Yes. Watch his combo videos on his Twitter.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter to watch those sick combo videos.
Yeah, the man's got combo videos, and they're awesome.
There'll be a link to my Twitter in the description.
The great gentleman trials of Jim John.
So anyway, yeah, I've been playing FighterZ. Honestly, I could go on about this game forever. I could do a whole podcast about this game, so I'm going to keep it quick. Fucking great game. I don't think I have to say that because it's ArcSys.
Yeah.
And they're known for making some of the best fighting games.
Yeah,
they've made basically everything good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have fucking cross tag team battle like later this year too.
Yeah, they got that coming out. Which is going to be
hype.
Oh, that's going to be great.
But the thing I noticed about FighterZ is that out of a lot of the fighting games I played, this is very beginner friendly because
it is.
Not only do they add in a lot of systems that help newcomers like the auto combos and all that stuff, but it's also incredibly deep for the pros that want to get into it. But especially compared to some of the other fighting games I played, to get into like the higher level play is actually a lot easier because the mechanics allow it to be easier. Like, it's a lot less cumbersome than something like Street Fighter, which is like really heavy and weighted, and it's really hard to get into a high level play on something like that if you're not accustomed to it, just because of the mechanics and the physics don't really leave itself to be easier to like delve into, you know?
Yeah.
If that made any sense.
And that made sense.
Yeah, so like someone like me who's very casual with fighting games, like I like playing them, but with a lot of them I can't be bothered to like learn the mechanics and get into like high level stuff there. With FighterZ, I've actually been getting into that more intermediate realm of playing, like because the mechanics allow me to do that. So I'm doing like jump cancels and like delayed hyper combos and all that crap. And it's actually really easy to pull off once you get the hang of it. Mm-hmm. Which is why I like this fighting game more than a lot of other ones, aside from my bias to Dragon Ball, because let's be real here.
Yeah.
It's there.
He's got a pretty big bias towards Dragon Ball. But
it's just the way the game is structured and how it plays that makes it a lot better than some of the other games that I played.
Yeah.
You're a trash panda.
Thank you, Bones.
Oh.
Thank you for your guest appearance. It's much appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing, and I've been mainly focusing on online play because the story isn't that great.
I mean, it's a fighting game.
Yeah, but
not every fighting game story has to be on the level of, like, let's say Mortal Kombat X or Injustice.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because like with this game, it seems like they put a lot of effort into the story mode because there's like tons of cutscenes and there's an actual like 3-arc narrative with like a beginning, a middle, and an end, and they introduce new characters, and there's all these like extra scenes that are like inside jokes and references to the series depending on who you play as. But the actual gameplay of the story mode is just really repetitive, fighting like the same guy over and over again.
Yeah.
Which really sucks that it's kind of mediocre, because you could see that they put a lot of effort into it, but they put a lot of effort into the production side rather than the gameplay side, which is kind of disappointing, but it's only one part of the game, so...
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of other stuff, like the online stuff. There's arcade mode, combo challenges, which actually really helped.
Kicks your ass.
You know what? I've been doing pretty decent online. Like for every match I lose, I end up winning one. So it's pretty even on that. I've still got a long way to go before I'm like quote unquote pro, because I know.
He's going to Evo, boys. That's all you need to know.
I'm going to Evo this year. You'll see me there.
He's already bought his tickets. In fact, he's at Evo right now.
In fact, I'm recording this at Evo right now.
Evo hasn't even
He's
started
playing
yet.
FighterZ as we speak.
Yeah, hang on. I'm recording this podcast while I'm on stage in the Evo tournament I'm playing right now against Justin Wong.
It's an insane match.
It's an insane match. It's very neck and neck, but I think I've got the upper hand.
Bearded.
See, he's at Evo.
See, it's not fake news. It's 100% true.
100% real. And actually, that's the reason why this podcast isn't going to be up until 2 in the morning.
That's why this won't go up the day we're recording it, because I've still got 2 more days at Evo.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when I get home from Evo, I'll be editing this.
Yeah.
Speaking of Evo, we're gonna get into Evo a little later on in the news, but
yeah.
Other than FighterZ and Doki Doki playing on the channel, I've been playing a couple of other games that I'll briefly touch on. Recently got Cave Story on the Switch,
Nice.
Nice.
Cave Story was one of those games that I knew a lot about, but I never played it. And now playing it on the Switch, I gotta say, fucking great game. Really good Metroidvania style game. It's really charming. The gameplay is really fun. That's all I can really say. It's just a good ass game.
Mm-hmm.
And Dissidia Final Fantasy, which is weird. That's all I can really say. Because I've never played a Dissidia game before, so just hopping into this one.
Yeah, this is they're interesting.
Yeah, it's like the mechanics are really different from a lot of other fighting games. It kind of takes time to get used to just because it's so different. And it seems really limited also compared to some other stuff, because there don't seem to be like a whole lot of combos. You just seem to rely on like one combo and then go into like finishers, and that's basically it. It doesn't seem like it has a lot of depth. It's just, hacky slash. At least that's my initial impression. It could change later on. But it's very weird. I am enjoying it, but it's very weird.
It's an interesting game.
And also, the way they structure the story mode is fucking trash.
Yeah.
Because you can't go into the story mode right off the bat. You have to play other parts of the game to get basically unlock tokens to unlock pieces of the story, which is really dumb. At least to me. But I'm still enjoying it. But it's weird. That's all I have to say about that. And with that said, we've reached half an hour on our discussion. So, boys, are you ready for some fucking news stories?
I am ready to learn about the news.
Are you ready for that
talk
news?
About news.
Alright, you know what?
I'm ready. I'm fucking ready.
Okay,
boys.
since we were just talking about it, we might as well start with the Evo news of the day. So, just recently, I won the battle against Justin Wong, and I'm here reporting live from Evo, telling you about the 2018 lineup.
Ooh.
So, this article is from EGM. Evo 2018's lineup snubs one major fighting game, adds some newbies. So, Evo has revealed its 2018 Mage Stage lineup, and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is conspicuously missing from the list of the 8 championship games. The 8 games that made the cut are Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, Tekken 7, Injustice 2, the weeks-old Dragon Ball FighterZ, Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, and of course, Evo favorite Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Not surprised. Infinite's gone.
Melee's always at Evo. The 5 titles in the Arena Finals are Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, Tekken 7, FighterZ, Guilty Gear, and Melee. The Marvel vs. Capcom series has been a favorite in Evo's rotation, with 2011's Ultimate MVC3 appearing in the Evo lineup just last year. But Infinite didn't make the cut this year. So what do you guys think about that?
Not surprised Infinite didn't make it in. Honestly, I think they dumped it in favor of FighterZ.
Yeah, honestly, like...
100%.
It would have been here if it wasn't for FighterZ.
Yeah,
it would have been there if it wasn't for FighterZ.
It didn't stand a fucking chance.
It also would have been there if it was a half-decent game.
Wow, Spencer throwing the shade on MVC.
Oh, I can say that because Capcom was my favorite company. God, where do I start with that fucking game? Okay, one, I'm not surprised it's not at EVO. Frankly, I wouldn't want it at a fucking house tour. Although you can tell that the people that made the game had, like, understood the gameplay elements. It's just that the stones can get incredibly broken. The character models look like absolute ass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they ditched the cell shading comic book effects. The roster is incredibly small, now partly because of rights issues with Marvel. But it's still, even for Capcom, it's not that many new faces. Like, I get it that you like Chris, but why not bring somebody else new? Why not bring, why not bring Leon? Why not bring Barry? Why not bring,
Why not bring just new Resident Evil characters?
New Resident Evil characters. Bring Ethan.
Because that's all Spencer wants, is just Resident Evil characters, apparently.
No, no, trust me. It's just, in a cast of characters, why the fuck is Chris calling out, like plans when you have no superpowers, Chris? You're standing next to a literal magician, a wizard, and you're like, don't worry, my 9mm Beretta will take care of these infected demon
It also
spawns.
makes sense with the Marvel Universe, though, because fucking Black Widow's in the Avengers, and she's next to the fucking Hulk. So it's like, okay.
My bullets will stop this ancient evil from another dimension.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it does. Apparently
Who
it
knows?
does.
Maybe Chris has,
But-
like, magic bullets or some shit.
Magic bullets. But that's just on the game. When it comes to EVO, I understand. But I want to talk about EVO specifically two things. One, Skullgirls. Skullgirls is not at EVO. It was almost at EVO once, but because of the way that they vote for the games to get into EVO, it's always the same rotation.
It's literally the same games every time because
It's
the fucking
always-
people at Evo are like, oh, we don't like change. We need melee. We need melee.
Okay, I'm gonna bring something up because I did want to talk about that.
Yeah.
This year's Evo lineup is primarily anime fighters because there's 3 of them. So that almost half of the games on the Evo lineup this year are anime games. So
Anime fighters are literally taking over the fighting
Yeah.
game industry, which could be seen as a good thing, but can also be seen as a bad thing. Because now I do not be surprised that the success of fighters prompts every single anime franchise that has ever existed ever to make a game similar to fighters, and I cannot and dread the day this shit gets over stagnated.
can we all agree though? Can we petition ArcSys to make a JoJo fighter?
I mean, have you played Eyes of Heaven?
No.
Okay.
No.
Have you played All-Star Battle?
No. Those
All-Star
are rare
Battle's
games,
not
Spencer.
Good, though.
All-Star Battle's not good. However, it is a JoJo fighting game. But if you're talking like a 2D JoJo fighting game, in the style of fighters, I would be fucking down for that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I would kickstart that myself.
Yeah. If anything, when it comes to fighting games like fighters, the one anime franchise I really want to see get a game similar to that is Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Star.
Like,
I mean,
Fist of the North Star, that or Naruto.
Naruto, or even fucking One Piece would be a good.
One Piece has got that open world game coming out.
Yeah,
though,
they got
and I think
World
that's-
Seeker.
Yeah.
That's a better fit for One Piece, I think.
Well,
One
because
Piece doesn't really
pirates.
work as a. I mean, you can have it as a fighter. They've
That's what you have
tried,
as a
but
fighter,
they're not
then.
great. They're not great. Like if you're
The
gonna
one
have
on the GameCube wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either.
no, you just need One Piece works better as like an action adventure game than a
Yeah.
fighter.
Okay.
And I guess my second thing that I want to talk about real quick is, and I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but I hate Melee. I hate Melee. I hate the Melee players. I hate the Melee fan base. They're a bunch of whiny, self-conceited man babies who are like, if I can't use my broken GameCube controller on this CRT, then the game is busted and I didn't lose. How dare you pick Captain Fox on this Battlefield Omega Edition? The game isn't broken. I'm just good. Like, Jesus Christ, they're a bunch of fucking egotistical dickheads who just can't take that their game is old and it honestly wasn't that great to begin with.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
always pick Captain Fox, ladies and gentlemen.
I also posted about this in the Gap podcast. Remember to separate your feelings of the fan base from the feelings of the source material. Because if you don't do that, you're just an immature asshole. So
exactly.
So
I appreciate Melee for what it did, but even now, I don't think Melee's a good game.
Melee is a good game. It's just the fan base sucks. That's what it is. The fan base has always sucked for Melee. It has sucked since day one. The Smash Bros. Community in general just sucks dick.
Yeah,
like the entire
just
community. Just the entire community just sucks dick. And honestly, if they just died off the face of the planet, I would not miss them. So, but the games themselves are fantastic. There has not been a bad Smash Bros. Game. So
none.
So, final words on this year's EVO lineup.
It's an EVO lineup. Looks good.
I mean, FighterZ is going to be a star of the show, let's be real here.
FighterZ will probably be the star of the show. Yep, more than likely, yeah. Probably because it's only weeks old and it's already there.
It's only a couple weeks old at this point. But this year's EVO takes place from August 3rd to the 5th. So, all you fighting game fans out there, mark your fucking calendars if you haven't already. Moving on. Since we brought it up earlier, we might as well get this out of the way. Our Call of Duty rumors for the day.
There's always Call of Duty rumors.
Yeah. So, this year's Call of Duty is being developed by Treyarch. The rumor is that Black Ops 4 will be this year's Call of Duty game. This article's from EGM. This year's Call of Duty installment will reportedly continue the Black Ops sub-series popularized by Treyarch Studios. Eurogamer recently reported that multiple sources have confirmed Black Ops 4 to be the next Call of Duty title, set to drop at the end of this year. The narrative of the Black Ops sub-series has swiftly progressed through time, with the first game starting players out in the Vietnam War, and the most recent third game depicting conflicts 100 years later. While the highly futuristic setting of Black Ops 3 allowed for fast-paced jetpack traversal, Eurogamer reports that the fourth game will meet fans' desire for a more grounded feeling. This suggests that Black Ops 4 will pull back the sequel to a time before the third game, perhaps to fill in some of the narrative blanks. So yeah, Black Ops 4 is the rumor. What do you guys feel about this, if you even care?
Not fucking surprised. I mean,
yeah.
But we've had nothing. I mean, Black Ops is basically outside. I think, is it the most popular Call of Duty sub-series?
Probably.
It is. No, it is, because Black Ops 1 sold like hotcakes. Black Ops 2 sold like hotcakes. Black Ops 3 sold like hotcakes. However, if you look at the other favorite series, which is Modern Warfare 1 is a perfect game. I'll say that for a fact. Modern Warfare 1 is better, man. Game.
2 is better.
2 is perfect as well.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 is genuinely just not great. It doesn't look good, it doesn't play good. So if we're going by most popular, it will most likely be the
Black
Ops series as a whole. Also, their zombies mode is better.
Oh yeah, that's what made them popular, was their zombies mode. I'm gonna say that if it is Black Ops 4, which more than like, these rumors usually turn out to be true anyways when it comes to Call of Duty. If it is Black Ops 4, then it's probably gonna. I will not be surprised if they bring it back to the Nam. They bring it back to Nam. Because after the Infinite Warfare debacle is going to haunt.
Bring back Frank Woods.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Bring back Reznov.
Bring back Mason.
Yes.
So yeah,
the numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
So I have no idea if Black Ops 4 is going to be a thing, what it's going to be, and what time era it's going to be set in. Who knows? Seeing as how World War II kind of catered to the classic first-person shooters, maybe they'll go back even a little further than that. I don't know. It wouldn't make sense,
possibly.
But
World War One. No, let's call World War One Black Ops. Let's go.
Like
let's go
Secret Service bullshit.
Dude, Secret Service Call of Duty would actually be kind of awesome. So
Just make Black Ops 4 like a stealth espionage game.
just make Call of Duty a Kingsman game. Like that'll make it leagues easier to do.
Just make Call of Duty
a game.
Yeah, just make it a game.
Just make it a game. Just make it a game.
Just make it a game that people can play.
Just make it a game.
I can't wait until Infinity War brings us back so far in time. It's like it's the Battle of Thermopylae in 600 BC. However, they have guns.
The Battle of Thermopylae with guns.
We gave the Romans guns to beat the Persians. The 300 now have an LMG.
All right then.
Comic series.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty, moving on. I mean, if it is Black Ops 4, I won't be surprised. As long as they make it good, whatever.
And Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 were all good, so I'm not gonna complain now.
Okay, so moving on. Do you boys want some fucking Nintendo news?
We always down for Nintendo.
Always.
Nintendo does
what Sega don't.
Nintendo does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start off with the smaller news story. You guys are aware of Super Mario Odyssey?
I love Super Mario Odyssey.
Well, hold on to your butts, gentlemen, because Super Mario Odyssey is officially the best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch.
Wow.
Wow.
That's such a shocker. I mean, who knew that a Mario game would be the most successful game on a console? This is such a surprise.
Okay, article from EGM. Super Mario Odyssey is officially the best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo recently reported that the Nintendo Switch has blasted past the Wii U in terms of sales, and Super Mario Odyssey, as of December 31st, 2017, has sold over 9 million copies, making it the best-selling Switch game by far. Even outselling Zelda, which only has about 6.7 million copies sold.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about this?
I mean, considering how many Switches have been sold, I'm pretty sure every owner with a Switch has a Zelda or Mario game, or both.
Oh, I would hedge my bets on Zelda got them to buy the Switch, but Mario was the one that sold for them.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you compare it to some of the other titles, which Zelda sold 6.7 million. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold 7.3 million. And Splatoon 2 has only sold just under 5 million, so
Splatoon 2 that's doing well for Splatoon though. So
those are very good numbers for Splatoon, but of course, Mario, the boy, the man, beats them all.
Yeah, and I'm not shocked that Mario's at the top. Now, the question is, what can come close to it? If there's any game that can come close to it.
At the moment, Prime. Nothing.
Yeah, at the
Metroid
moment,
Prime might come. It'll sell a lot. I'll tell you that.
It'll sell a lot. It's not gonna. It'll sell a lot, but not nearly like that or Zelda numbers.
And that's why I'm saying at the moment, nothing. But maybe later on.
Probably the Switch Pokemon game. Probably.
Yeah, that'll probably. They'll
probably outsell it to be. Pokemon's always outsold everything, so.
What if the Pokemon Switch game comes out and it sells more units than the actual Switch? I mean, so people buy it to have it.
I mean, technically, if they're doing it like classic Pokemon games, there's going to be 2 versions of the game, so technically it could actually do that and still make sense.
Actually, you're right.
Like.
Well, shit. Okay, just wrapping up the story, I'm kind of surprised that it was Mario at the top, because I felt like Zelda was the one that would have been the top seller.
Zelda also had the Wii U thing, though. It was also on the Wii U, so
that's
some of
the
its
thing,
sales
because
got stolen by the Wii U version.
That's the thing, it was split between 2 platforms.
In total, it was split between... I think it had like 10 million in total, because it sold like... At the very least, it sold like a lot. It sold quite a bit on the Wii U as well. So,
I mean, also, it's Mario. No game will ever beat Mario.
Except Mario.
Exactly. The only thing that can beat Mario is Mario. Look at Galaxy. Galaxy sold well, but then Galaxy 2 came out and Mario beat Mario.
So when Odyssey 2 comes out, it will beat this.
Exactly.
If they make Odyssey 2.
Which, hey, Nintendo, get on that shit.
It made the Switch version for Zelda sold 6.7 million, and the Wii U version has sold around 2.7.
So it's
in
just
total,
so
about
even
9 million.
So even then, it's just at that point where Mario is.
Yeah. So they basically sold around the same. It's just that the Mario version, there's no Wii U Mario Odyssey, so all the copies are on the Switch.
Yeah.
So basically, they sold around the same. Which makes sense.
My boy Mario at the top.
Yeah.
But moving on to our second Nintendo story for the day, Nintendo has revealed the launch month for its paid online service. Article from EGM. Nintendo Switch Online, the subscription service online gaming platform for Switch games, will launch in September 2018, according to a recent tweet from Nintendo of America. Nintendo Switch Online subscriptions will cost $20 per year and, like Xbox Live Gold and PlayStation Plus, will be necessary for online multiplayer gaming. Subscribers will also have access to a library of classic Nintendo games every month, starting with Super Mario Bros. 3, Dr. Mario, and Balloon Hunt. Switch owners can already play games like Splatoon 2, ARMS, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Pokémon Tournament DX against other players online for free, but players will have to subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online when it launches in September to continue doing so, which is kind of a bummer. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think they're launching it a little too late in the year? Or
I don't see the point of this at all, to be honest, other than to be like, hey, look, we now have a paid online service.
And I mean, $20 a month is great.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like
cheaper than Xbox Live.
That's the thing. It's like a third of the price of the other services.
Yes. Sorry. It's $20 a year. That is like approximately like a quarter of what PS Plus costs now for a year because of the whole price update. And you get basically everything else that you get from the other two subscription services. Nintendo's gonna make money off this because it's cheap and people are just going to just have it auto pay.
Well, that's the thing. People who play games like Splatoon, which is primarily an online game, they have to pay for the online service. So, of course, Nintendo's going to make money off it. Mm-hmm. My question is, they didn't mention anything about the Virtual Console. So, when is that coming?
Probably with the service.
But that's the thing. If they launch it with the service,
do you need the service to get the Virtual Console?
I wouldn't think so. I just think it would be like something that they launch alongside it. But
what if there's just no Virtual Console?
That would be stupid. That would be really freaking dumb on their part.
Yeah, that would be dumb.
Like that would be the most idiotic decision they could make. Because they've been doing nothing but good lately. So if they fucked up that hard,
we all know Nintendo though. They'll have like a streak of really good years, and then all of a sudden,
and then the Wii U happens, and
or Wii Music happens.
When Miyamoto's trying to play on stage and they're just flailing around.
Yeah, it's not working.
It's not working. Or a Skyward Sword live demo at E3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So my question was, since they didn't mention anything about the Virtual Console, will it launch earlier in the year than the online service, or are they going to keep that for September? And if they do, is that a little too late? Do you think?
I get more details in the next Direct, more than likely.
When's that Direct coming?
Probably next month.
Well, that's just the thing that I'm trying to think of, like. Because people have been clamoring for the Virtual Console, and we've already gone a year with the Switch without it, so do you think that it would be wiser for them to launch it earlier in the year than the online service? Mm-hmm. I mean, depending on where they are with it, but they should be pretty far along with it.
Yeah, they should be.
And then when they do launch it, and then when they do launch it, will it have like cross-buy? Like, if you bought stuff on the Wii U, can you carry that over to the Switch? Because they've never done that.
They never done that.
They always make you rebuy it. Switch Online in September. That's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Right, boys?
Work, so good. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Let's talk about Crash Bandicoot.
Ooh.
Because, as we all know, the Insane Trilogy launched this past summer, did extremely well. So there have been reports coming in that a new Crash Bandicoot game could be in the works. Article from EGM. Crash Bandicoot twirled his way back into gamers' hearts this last year with Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, and it's possible the love fest has only gotten started. According to GBI licensing manager Mark Argyle, Activision has a 5-year plan for Crash Bandicoot, including a new entry. In a recent interview for the licensing source Book Europe, Argyle stated a PC and Nintendo Switch port of the Insane Trilogy would arrive sometime this year, with a new entry in the series coming in 2019. The new game has had a huge success at retail with no marketing spend. Next, it will be going broader with Switch and PC versions, and then there will be a new game in 2019. So, what do you guys think about this?
Crash Bandicoot is back.
Crash Bandicoot.
I mean, I think everyone realized when Insane Trilogy did as well as it did that we were going to get a new game eventually. It's just a matter of when.
Will it be good? That is the question on everyone's mind.
I would assume if they made a new game, they would keep Vicarious Visions on as developers, so I have no doubt that it would end up being a good game.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of what it will be and when it will come out.
Yeah. Yeah. Personally, I would rather see a Spyro remaster.
We're probably going to get word on that soon. Like, they...
If they don't do one, it's a missed opportunity, boys.
Yeah, it's a huge missed opportunity because everyone wants that. Right, Bones?
Yeah.
Do you want that Spyro remake?
Fuck yeah!
There you go.
There we go. Bit of a delayed reaction, but we'll take it.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. They mentioned a 5-year plan. So...
confirmed the new Crash game is Destiny. They have a 10-year plan, boys. DLC
10-year plan.
With the
We've got
in a franchise, a movie, everything. It's coming. It's the Crash Renaissance. The Crash Renaissance.
We're gonna have Vanilla Crash with like no content, and then we're going to have our Year 1 DLC, which will add some new content, but not really save the player base. And then we'll have our Year 2 DLC, which will fix everything, but will still fuck it up somehow, leading us into Year 3, where we'll just release a new game that ends up being worse. And then the cycle repeats itself.
Because, Destiny is destiny.
We all know that Crash was destined to have this happen.
I have a feeling that if we do get any new news on Crash, it's going to be at E3 in June.
Oh, 100%.
The interesting thing about this is that they mention potential PC and Switch ports of Insane Trilogy, which is interesting.
That was one of the big things about Crash that made Insane Trilogy so was everyone got excited was that Crash is going back to the PlayStation.
Yeah,
and
it's a PlayStation mascot. Keep it on the PlayStation.
If they bring it to the Switch and the PC, it's going to be oh, they're doing the multi-platform shit again.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you think about it. The original Crash games were always PlayStation exclusive. They never were ported to any other system.
Was it Twinsanity where it switched, or was it... No, that...
It was Wrath of Cortex.
It was Wrath of Cortex?
It was Wrath of Cortex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that could be interesting. And I mean, if it does get ported to other platforms, that just means it's going to sell even better than it already has, which means they'll be even more encouraged to make a new game.
Wait, what if it's a new, not main series game? What if it's a new Crash Bash, like a new Crash Team Racing.
Spencer, you need to stop talking now.
I wouldn't mind a new Crash Tag Team Racing, though.
I wouldn't mind a new Crash Racing game. If we're going into Crash Bash territory, that's where I need to draw the line.
Because Crash Bash wasn't good even back then, and it's still not good.
I mean, I played it as a kid and I enjoyed it, but...
Let's be honest here. It's not good.
It's not that great.
So, but in the end, we all know that more Crash is a good thing.
Yeah.
For the most part.
We all know that our boy Crash is finally back, and if they do go through with making a new game, let's hope that it's good.
And if you don't have the $25 to $30 to spend on the Crash Insane Trilogy, you can always go ahead and buy Skylanders.
Oh yeah, Crash is in Skylanders. I forgot about that. They added them in. When did they add them in? Like, that wasn't that recently?
Imaginators. No. Switch Force Team. No. Imaginators. One of the two.
Yeah, Imaginators. I'm still... No, the only reason I don't play Skylanders is because I don't have the money for Skylanders. That's literally the only reason. Because to get everything, it costs so much fucking money.
Skylanders needs to die.
No. I will honestly defend Skylanders to my death. Okay? Because too many people give this game shit. Too many people go, why did Spyro show up in Skylanders first? Should have been just a new Spyro game. And yes, while I agree with that, you should not knock Skylanders because it is an actually good game. It is a decent, respectable, kind of top-down isometric semi-platformer. And you know what? It's fucking good. So get off my dick.
I'm not on your dick,
Moving
what?
on. Speaking of Crash, one of the biggest influences for Crash was our good friend Sonic the Hedgehog. That's right, we got some Sonic news, boys. So, this article from EGM, we will find out what comes next for Sonic very soon. Sonic had a big year in 2017. Sonic Mania was an unmitigated success, and Sonic Forces was also released.
Sonic Forces exists.
For the first time in a while, we're actually interested to see what's in store for Sonic in 2018, and luckily, we'll find out soon enough thanks to an upcoming South by Southwest panel. Gotta go fast, the official Sonic the Hedgehog panel will occur on March 16th at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, smack in the middle of South by Southwest 2018's 3-day gaming expo. The panel will feature a veritable who's who of Sonic team members, including lead Takashi Iizuka, product development director Austin Keys, Sonic Mania animation director Tyson Hess, and social media manager, i.e. the genius behind the Sonic Twitter, Aaron Weber. The boy Aaron Weber. The panel will double as a celebration of Sonic Mania and Forces, as well as the world-exclusive first look at what comes next for the world's fastest hedgehog.
Sonic Mania 2.
That's the thing. What do you guys think about this? What are they going to announce?
Sonic Mania 2.
It better be fucking Sonic Mania 2.
Sonic Mania 2.
It's going to be Sonic Mania 2, Sonic
oh
Adventure
my god,
3.
you're a genius.
What?
Sonic Forces VR.
If they make that, I'm actually going to, I'm actually going to throw my headset. Because I'm like... Because, not every game needs to be VR.
You know what? If they do make it, we might just have to get a VR.
No, you don't, Shane. It's fucking,
Hey, Shane.
Yeah?
Speaking of Sega, I have my own small little Sega-based video game news story.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Puyo Puyo Tetris is coming to the PC.
No one cares about Puyo Puyo Tetris.
I care about Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Yeah, February 27th.
Man,
Those
if
who
only...
pre-order the game will be able to purchase the game with a 10% discount, as well as exclusive wallpapers and avatars.
Man, if only anyone cared, because no one really cares about Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Basically.
I know you care about Puyo Puyo Tetris.
I do, because I actually like Puyo Puyo Tetris, but it's already been out on, everything else for, a year.
PS4 and
Yeah.
Switch, yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
fucking... They'll announce it's going to be Sonic 4. It's going to be Sonic Mania 2. They're going to announce.
It fucking better be.
And they're gonna announce a new 3D. They're gonna announce a new 3D Sonic. And they're gonna announce like another like a spin-off or something like that.
A new Sonic Boom.
You know what? You joke. You joke, Shane.
Honestly, if they do that, I think I might shoot myself.
They could. They had a sequel to Sonic Boom. Remember that?
Okay, that's true. But here's my little theory, I guess. I just thought about this not too long ago. I think I talked to you about this, Matt. What if they take the team from Mania, so they take Christian Whitehead and Simon Tomley and that team of Headcanon. What if they take them and have them make a new 3D game?
You see, that sounds like a good idea in theory, but, and here's the but, Kristen Whitehead works in 2D Sonic.
Yes.
Just because he works in 2D Sonic does not mean he'll work in 3D Sonic.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we already know that because Sonic Team.
Because Sonic Team themselves have problems doing 3D Sonic.
No
So-
shit, really?
Yeah, so, like, who knows? Will Christian Whitehead be able to do it? My guess is, honestly, I don't know.
Who knows? That was just a thought that came into my head. It's like, I understand that it probably won't work, but I've also been hearing people saying, "Oh, the next." We've been hearing this for years, but like they're like, "Oh, after Forces, they need to go back to the Adventure series," and I'm like, "No, you don't. You
If they
really don't."
I honestly, I wouldn't. But you know what? The nostalgia's the best and worst thing because it's the best because it sells like hotcakes. And it's the worst because it promotes complacency.
Because it stifles creativity.
Yeah, and Sonic Mania did really well, so do not be surprised if they actually do go back to the Adventure series. Do not be fucking surprised.
If they do, I guess it's a step in the right direction, depending on how they execute it. Which, knowing them,
the
could be
fan base
50-50.
the fan base will go nuts.
Oh,
They
the
will.
fan base will become catatonic, dude. They will lose their collective minds, and I'm gonna be in the background being like, why?
I mean, I'm gonna play it. If the trailer's really good, I will also be catatonic though. To be honest,
If they tell me that Crush 40 is doing the soundtrack,
then you will be catatonic.
yes.
Okay. All I'm gonna say about this Sonic announcement is, it better be Sonic Mania 2, and if it is, can we have it be all original zones, please? Can we leave
Yes.
like the retreads behind us?
Sonic
just-
Mania 2, it's literally a retread of Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
I will kill myself.
I mean, Sonic Mania had
Thank
a bunch of... Sonic Mania was so good, though.
I know,
So
but that's the thing. Like, if they're gonna do a sequel, they need to leave the old zones behind them. They need to make an entire game of just new stuff. Because we haven't had a Sonic game of just new stuff since, like, Colors.
Yeah.
And that was, like,
'cause
fucking
Forces
8
had-
years ago.
Yeah. It's almost like Colors is also a great game, so just be like Colors.
Yeah. Just
You
make
like
Colors. Make
You
Generations
like
again.
Generations.
You know what? They tried that. You know what? They tried to make Generations again with Forces, and it kind of fell flat on its ass.
It fell flat on its ass
listen.
because they're like,
Because they didn't make it enough like Generations. They literally were like, hey, what if we just... what if all the villains came back and Sonic got killed, but not killed, but captured for like 2 missions, and then we get Sonic back?
what if Sonic was dark?
What if Sonic was directed by Christopher Nolan?
What if Sonic dies in the first 10 minutes of the game, and then in the next scene we're like, oh, Sonic's alive, yay. And then what if
we found him?
And then what if we get intel that he's been tortured for the last 6 months, and then when we see him, he's perfectly fine?
What if we made a Sonic game where the best levels of the game are when you're not playing as Sonic?
What if we make a Sonic game where the best part of the game is your fucking OC DeviantArt character?
What
You
if
know
we
what?
made
You
a
joked,
Sonic
but that was
game?
awesome.
What if we made a Sonic game where the only real speed you ever feel is when you do a stupid high five dig attack with Sonic and get to fucking run your ass off for like 25 seconds?
What if we made a Sonic game and actually made it good for once? Wait!
What if we make a Sonic game where we go back to the boost formula from Generations, but we fucking take the level design from that game, which had multiple routes and a lot of 3D platforming, and throw it in the fucking toilet and just make a bunch of levels that's a straight line that you can just boost through for like 2 minutes? What if, guys?
What if?
Hey man, we're just here on Bearded Banter. We're just throwing out hypotheticals. Totally
You know
not what
what?
happened with this steaming trash fire of a game.
And you know what? I'm not going to completely shit on Forces, because for what it was, I actually did enjoy it, but I will admit that, oh boy.
A big disappointment.
They really did not deliver. Like,
oh god, no.
for what it was, I enjoyed my time with it. Is it better than Colors and Generations? Hell no. No way in hell.
I do like Forces more than Lost World.
It is better than
Yeah.
Lost World.
It is better
Because
than
Lost
Lost
It is an
World...
improvement above Lost World.
Because Lost World is like the problem child. It's like the black sheep. It's just like, it's not terrible, but it doesn't
Lost
need
World,
to exist.
did you mean Sonic Galaxy?
Did you mean Supersonic Galaxy 2?
No. All
You know
you
what?
need is a Yoshi, and then it's perfect.
You know what? We're just shitting all over Sonic right now, and this announcement is actually really positive, because it
Yeah.
could be a good Sonic game.
But let's move on. Let's end on a positive note.
Yeah, let's end on a
It's
positive note.
Sonic!
It better be Mania 2, and if it is, make it all original shit. Thank you, Christian. Anyway, moving on. You guys know about Vampire?
Yeah.
Oh, hell, yeah, I've been following this game for a while.
We actually talked about this yesterday, but we're gonna bring it up as it is pretty big news. Vampire's fourth developer diary reveals a release date. According to EGM, Vampire, Dontnod's Entertainment's upcoming action RPG, will be available for Xbox One, PS4, and PC on June 5th, 2018.
Right before E3.
Right before E3. Actually, the same day as Cross Tag Battle, too.
Oh,
Same day as Blaze Blue.
Bold. They bold.
That's very bold.
The date was revealed at the end of the fourth in a series of developer diary videos from the game. The latest episode below takes a closer look at the game's story and shows off some new gameplay footage. According to narrative director Stephanie Boyeger, exploration, investigation, citizen encounters, combat, and hard-hitting choices are all intertwined with the game's narrative to give players the chance to focus on the game's intricate systems. So yeah, it releases on June 5th. What do you guys think about that?
I'm excited. I've been excited for
June-
Vampire for a while.
Yeah,
though, so.
I've been excited for Vampire. I love the company. I mean, yes, Remember Me wasn't great. In fact, it wasn't good even.
But Life
But
is Strange.
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange is one of the best, if not the best, point-and-click adventure game in years.
Yeah,
And-
I would put $10 on that.
Yeah, it's
So-
it's right up there, even arguably better than some of the recent Telltale stuff.
Yeah, it's up there
Well-
with Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us for me, and it's better than that. I think what really made Life is Strange special was that I think Dontnod has the same type of. The best writers in games know how to take advantage of the medium of video games to their advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Like and it's like, oh, you got your CD Projekt Reds, your BioWares, and now you got your Dontnod. Like the type of people, when they write a game, they make it for a game and it works, even if and I know I've seen people shit on Life is Strange writing, which one, why, and second, because to me Life is Strange represents what games can be. It's not just a game. It's not just something you play to just sit down and turn your brain off. When you're playing Life is Strange, and probably when you're playing Vampire, you're actually thinking, which is rare in games nowadays.
Yeah, video games aren't about the thinky think; they're about the
Yeah,
shooty shooter, the
They're
jumpy
about
jump.
the point and shoot,
the
jump,
shooty-
spin.
They're about
Yeah.
the jump and shoot man.
Well,
Yeah.
Life is Strange was a story about, depression and isolation and sadness and the LGBT community and
Murder.
dealing with murder and dealing
time
with
travel.
loss and time travel, and it was really good. And yes, okay, sometimes the writing was a bit iffy, but you know what? There are a bunch of French people that were trying to do their best, and by Jove, the second episode alone made me cry.
And you know
Baby.
what? Before the Storm kind of fizzled out because I didn't hear anything about it after release, but it's still
good.
probably good.
It is good.
It's really good. The only reason people didn't hear about it was because it's basically DLC for
Yeah,
the
that's
first game.
true.
When Life is Strange 2 hits, we're going to hear more about that, because that's the big one. Although I'm gonna be sad to not see the old cast again, because it's a new cast, and I want my old characters back because I love them.
I want to know more about what happens to the characters after them. Okay. We all know what the canon ending is.
There's no canon ending. They
Fine.
have specified there's no
But we
canon
know,
ending.
but we know what the canon ending is, right?
No.
What
But
ending did you guys
Vampire.
pick?
But we're talking
Yeah.
about Vampire, not Life
We
is
are.
Strange.
Vampire has 3 different ways to play. You can either never feed on the human blood, you can always feed on human blood, or you can choose to kind of go a bit of a neutral route. So chances are, assholes like me and Matthew are going to try to play the entire game without feasting on somebody.
And then you'll never fucking beat it.
Nope.
Because it's like it has RPG elements, and you need to level, and the way you level up is you need to feed. So basically, the way you beat the game without feeding is literally don't do anything.
Literally just sit in a corner for 30 hours and do nothing.
Yeah. It's now here's the thing. Or I'll try. You know what I'll probably end up happening? I'll try to do like a not feed playthrough, get bored or frustrated, and just feed on everybody.
And then just fucking murder everyone.
Just fucking murder people. That's probably what's gonna happen. Considering, or if I meet a guy and the guy's an asshole,
Eat him.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Vampire, June 5th. You guys excited?
Very
Yes,
excited.
I'm actually very excited for Vampire.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, moving on. We have 3 more stories until we wrap up this episode, but they're pretty big, so... let's start with one of the bigger ones. We got some news on Red Dead 2 recently.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, article from EGM. Red Dead Redemption 2 delayed again finally gets an actual release date. After months of waiting with no word from Rockstar, we now know when Red Dead Redemption 2 will launch. The bad news is, it's a long ways off from the promised spring 2018 window, which, let's be real, wasn't going to happen to begin with.
It's
Never.
Rockstar. It's
It's
Rockstar.
Rockstar.
Rockstar's highly anticipated open-world western arrives on October 26, 2018. Alongside the delay announcement, Rockstar posted a brief note explaining why the game had been pushed back, along with a new selection of screenshots. There's noting really... Oh, that's a typo in the fucking article. Step up your game, EGM. There's nothing really surprising in the explanation, just the standard rationale about most delays. We need more time to polish it. So,
Yeah.
October
Okay.
26th for Red Dead. It's not coming till the end of the year, but let's be real, we kind of knew that.
I can't wait till it gets delayed again.
I can't wait until they delay it again to spring 2019, in which case it will be released on November 5th, 2019.
Don't you love it how Rockstar, when they announce a game and they're like, it's coming out this year, and then it never comes out on the year it's supposed to come
Well,
out.
It's coming
when the
out this
fuck did they
year.
announce GTA 5?
Like, fucking...
20... Well, okay,
2010?
Jesus Christ. I was say, how old is GTA 5?
Oh, at this point, 5 years old.
It's old enough.
Mhm.
They announce their games like years ahead of time, and they're like, it's coming this time, and it does come out till like 2 years after that.
They know because my guess is like we need more time to polish it. I actually just think they're not done. Like I just think they're not even close to being done.
Interesting thing to pick up on. They announced Red Dead 2 October 2016. So, and now it's coming out October 2018. 2 full years.
2009, by the way.
Yeah.
They announced GTA 5 in 2009?
2009.
Oh, Jesus. It didn't come out for like 4 years after that.
They began to develop it in 2009, and it was first announced on October 25th, 2011, and came out 2 years later on September 17th.
And then got re-released the year after, so fucking...
And a year after, and then it took another year for the PC port to come out.
And we're not going to talk about the PC port.
Oh yeah, the infamous PC port that took 2 years to come out because Rockstar was working on it, and it was like, yeah, we don't know how to optimize for PC, and I'm just like...
Rockstar's a bunch of shitbags. That being said, I'm gonna love Red Dead Redemption 2.
That being said, I love this release date. If it gets released on the 28th, that means that screw Halloween, I'm just gonna play Red Dead.
Yeah.
For the rest of my life.
Fuck Halloween parties.
Fuck Halloween, fuck my birthday, fuck Christmas, fuck Valentine's Day, fuck me, I'm just gonna play some Red Dead.
Fuck Independence Day. Red Dead's where it's at.
Especially goddamn Will Smith. Fuck you, Will Smith.
Fuck everything. So yeah, Red Dead, let's fucking go.
Red Dead Redemption 2. In October... Let's be real, it wasn't going to make spring.
It was never going to make spring.
It was never going to make spring. But moving on, we got 2 more stories. We have an article here from EGM, lovely source of news I get all my news from. Microsoft is reportedly looking into buying EA.
Oh, really?
Let's look at this.
Good!
Honestly, I actually have some things to say about this, both good and bad, but let's say the article.
Let's read the article first. Xbox One's relative lack of exclusives might be a thing of the past, as Microsoft is looking into acquiring EA, according to recent reports. Polygon stated that a reliable source close to Microsoft revealed that Electronic Arts has been targeted as a possible acquisition for Microsoft, while also mentioning Valve and PUBG Corp as 2 more publishers that Microsoft is eyeing. The PUBG thing isn't surprising, seeing as how it's a console exclusive on the Xbox, but...
Yeah, PUBG's probably going to Microsoft.
Let's read a little further. While an acquisition as major as EA might seem like an impossibility, Microsoft has the cash and the need for exclusives, and now that Phil Spencer has graduated from the kids' table in his position as Executive Vice President for Gaming, Microsoft seems more willing to invest in Xbox and Windows gaming than ever before. So, they're looking into buying EA. What does that mean? Is EA's bullshit coming to an end?
I would not... honestly, Microsoft as a company isn't bad. They're pretty good, so I would not be surprised that if they buy EA, they put an end to the shit.
Let's be real here.
EA needs the sale too, because EA has been struggling. Honestly, the Battlefront 2 shit is gonna hurt them for years and years and years to come.
Yeah, they're never gonna recover from that.
They're never, unless they get bought and they release a game without the bullshit. They're not gonna get.
If Microsoft buys EA and puts them under their Xbox division, you know damn well, under Phil Spencer's tutelage, that he ain't gonna put up with any of their shit.
Yeah, he's not gonna put up with any of their shit, especially considering that they've been pushing single player shit on the Xbox for a while now, and plus honestly, I think because EA has always had kind of this relationship with Microsoft, I'm not be surprised. Now, the thing that most interests me about... Okay, the one thing I'm worried about, though, and this is just something that, as someone who's a film major myself, we went through this earlier last year with when Disney bought Fox. This is basically a giant company buying another giant company. Which begs the question, when does it stop? when does big become too big? That's my question. Because like, okay, so EA gets bought by Microsoft. That means, and EA, arguably, in terms of developers, is one of the biggest developers in the market right now. So if you can buy EA, you can basically buy anyone.
Yeah, because if you buy EA, then you're basically buying all the developers under EA.
Yeah, BioWare, you're buying all the I think BioWare's the only one left though, to be honest.
Well, that makes sense because
yeah.
No one wants to be with EA.
Yeah. But there's a couple of others, but like we went through this earlier last year when Disney bought Fox. It's literally just big companies buying each other out.
Conglomerates buying other conglomerates.
That's not a recipe for disaster.
Honestly, I'm a little less skeptical than you are, mainly because someone needs to put EA in their place.
Yeah.
And honestly, Microsoft isn't the worst person to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like if they were put under Microsoft and fucking Phil Spencer took hold on that, he would be fucking on that shit.
Yeah.
Because Phil Spencer, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah. Now, in that article, they also mentioned that they're looking at Valve. I'm more iffy about than EA.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, Valve isn't really a game company anymore.
No, they're basically just a distribution company.
They haven't made a game since...
They haven't made a game since TF2?
Yes, it's
Wait, no, since like...
No.
I know,
like Portal 2?
Counter-Strike.
Oh, Global Offensive, yeah.
CSGO, yeah.
CSGO, which was like in 2011. So
2011, 2012, so it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Apparently they're working on something. I don't know. I don't know. At this point, Half-Life 3 is dead. They've
It's
confirmed
dead. It's
that.
never happened.
It's 100% dead. Portal 3 is not happening because Portal 2 undersold. And TF2 and CSGO are at least they're still going strong. So there's no reason to make another entries in those franchises. So unless it's like a new IP, which I doubt it, what the fuck is it? My guess is that if Microsoft does buy Valve, they get Steam, and that's going to change everything.
That goes right into their Windows 10 PC gaming division.
Yeah, that's going to change everything, because then Steam has because that means every game on Steam is going to have to go under Microsoft.
Which means they're going to get a lot more games for Xbox.
On there. Which, yeah.
Yeah, the Valve thing's a lot more iffy than EA. If they buy EA, that's arguably a good thing.
If they buy EA,
Valve,
yeah. If they buy EA, maybe it'll put an end to the bullshit. And that also means we might actually get some good Star Wars games for once, so let's go.
Maybe. Who knows?
I'm waiting for it.
PUBG Corp, we all saw that coming. Like, Microsoft's had a fucking huge boner for PUBG. So, them buying the developer, that makes, like, absolute sense.
When you mentioned that they didn't own... I was actually surprised that they didn't own them, to be honest.
Honestly,
I thought they actually
same.
did. I thought that PUBG was like a fucking Microsoft shit, but it wasn't.
No, apparently. So. I guess they just acquired the console exclusivity rights.
Well, not yet.
But if they buy fucking PUBG Corp, then you know damn well it's never coming to any other console. It's going to be an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, it's an Xbox exclusive. Yeah. No, now maybe if they can get it running properly, maybe it'll be worth buying. But
not that, PUBG's good or anything.
It's not that PUBG is kind of
poo.
And it's optimized like shit.
The game itself is just bad.
It's boring as ass, dude.
Yes, I understand, Battle Royale, great idea for a game, but you know what isn't great?
If you're gonna play a Battle Royale, play Fortnite.
Making the maps so fucking large that you can literally win by getting lucky landing in the center of the circle, hiding in a building for 45 minutes, and just shooting anything that remotely looks like a human.
Seriously, if you want to...
It's not a fun game.
If you want to play a game like that, just play Fortnite.
If you're going to play
Battle is great.
And if you are going to play PUBG, at least play it for the memes.
Yeah. PUBG is just the perfect example of fucking YouTube and internet culture making something shit and turning it into a popular thing. And it's dumb, and it doesn't fucking deserve it. And it definitely didn't deserve to be nominated for Game of the Year when it wasn't even fucking out yet.
Over Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Ah!
What do you think, Bones?
Fuck PUBG.
There you go.
There we go.
Wonderful commentary by Bones.
Oh, wonderful inclusion of Bones there. But yeah, Microsoft buying EA, good idea. Valve, more iffy. PUBG, no one cares.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our last news story of the day, boys, and it's a big one.
Is it the biggest news story of the day?
It is arguably biggest news story of the day. Are you guys familiar with Metroid Prime 4?
Oh shit, I know this.
Yeah. I actually mentioned it.
Yes, you did.
I did.
So, this article from EGM, there have been multiple reports of this coming out over the last few days, but supposedly this Metroid Prime 4 rumor says that Bandai Namco will be developing the game.
Really?
Story. Let's read. Nintendo has been relatively quiet about the upcoming Nintendo Switch exclusive Metroid Prime 4, leaving fans wondering who would be developing the game, with Retro Studios reportedly out of the picture. Thanks to a recent finding on LinkedIn, though, it's highly possible that we've now got the answer to that question. If fan speculation is correct, Bandai Namco Singapore, and more specifically its Singapore branch, will likely be developing Metroid for the Switch. In a brief video, it is revealed that Bandai Namco Singapore's Sean Pittman has 2 mysterious listings under his Lead Designer Experience tab on a social media site. Pittman's top project is an unannounced project that has an eyebrow-raising description, a first-person shooter and adventure game exclusive for the Switch. Both games fall perfectly in line, both genres fall perfectly in line with the previous Metroid Prime games. There are also rumors that potentially the game will be out this summer, but I highly, highly doubt that.
Yeah, no. Metroid Prime 4 is coming out late 2019 at the earliest.
There's also an update to the story as of this morning, actually. As of February 9th, Eurogamer reported multiple sources have confirmed that Bandai Namco Singapore is developing the upcoming Metroid Prime 4. While no further details were given, including the identity of the sources, Eurogamer stated specifically the highly anticipated Nintendo Switch exclusive is being developed by Bandai Namco Studio Singapore, which we understand is lead studio on the game in collaboration with Nintendo. So, thoughts?
I love Metroid Prime, and I'm just happy we have another one. I don't care who's developing it.
I don't care.
It could be developed by fucking Phil Fish. I don't care.
Phil Fish
Give me my fucking Metroid Prime game right now.
Although a bit, ridiculous, I'm gonna have to agree. I don't care if Phil Fish comes out of self-respected exile and goes, "Hey guys, so I'm gonna make Fez 2, just kidding, I'm gonna actually produce Metroid Prime 4. I would be like, sure Phil, you know what, all your past discretions are forgiven, you're free in my book, you know what, maybe I'll finally play Fez.
If Phil Fish comes out of nowhere, sheds his douchebag skin and is born anew and is, hey, I might have canceled Fez 2, but I'm here making Metroid Prime 4.
I would, honestly, I seen the trailer for Metroid Prime 4 during the Direct made me catatonic, like straight up, like I was in.
It made you lose your shit.
I felt my soul leave my body for a second. I
had an out of body experience when Metroid Prime 4 was announced.
No, I had an out of body experience, and I know when we finally see gameplay of it, I'm pretty sure that I might not wake up from that experience if I see it again, because I am both excited and horrified because it's going to be great, but I'm also horrified because I might not survive it.
I might not survive the onslaught that is Metroid Prime 4.
I might actually die. Like, I might actually die.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Bandai Namco developing it, fucking A+. No issues there. The rumors that it's coming out in the summer, fuck no. Fuck no.
No. It's coming out late 2019 at the earliest.
I see Pokemon coming out this year before Metroid Prime 4.
No, Metroid Prime 4. If it's true that they don't have a look, if it's true that they're just announcing the developer, they'll probably only in the concept stages for this damn thing. They probably haven't even started. So this might take, or at the very least, they're being super secretive about it. So, like, it's not coming out this year. We might get something at E3.
We will most likely get something at E3, possibly even like a really early gameplay demo.
A concept teaser. You know what they might, or they could do what they did last year and just show 4.
just the same fucking trailer from last year, just
but now with the developer.
But now being developed by Bandai Namco.
Honestly, it would still render me catatonic. Like,
Man, I can't wait for like Samus and Dark Samus to like step on the Bandai Namco logo and go to punch each other.
You know what? If Bandai Namco developed Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Goku is in the same
What if? And hear me out, guys. Hear me out.
Okay.
What if Metroid Prime 4 is a fighting game?
The Metroid and Dragon Ball universe are the same, confirmed.
I mean, they actually fit, so it's not like too big of a stretch.
Confirmed. Hashtag confirmed.
Hashtag confirmed. You heard it here. It's an exclusive BGN.
You heard it here first on BGN, the exclusive groundbreaking news.
This is the groundbreaking news that's going to change the face of gaming as we know it.
It's going to change the face of entertainment media.
So Metroid is in the same universe as Dragon Ball, and that always has
featuring Banjo-Kazooie. Confirmed. What if fucking... Okay.
We're not... No, and Knuckles.
And Knuckles. Don't forget, and Knuckles.
And Knuckles.
So fucking... Yeah, this announcement, or not so much announcement, this supposed report, also comes off the fact that apparently Bandai Namco themselves are having 3 Switch-exclusive games being made this year. One of them, potentially, could be Metroid Prime 4. But dude, it's very unlikely.
Metroid Prime 4 is out this year. I'm going to be more worried because then I'm like, are they rushing it? Because I don't want it out this year. I want them to spend a lot of time on my Metroid Prime 4.
But supposedly, Bandai Namco's working on 3 Switch exclusives this year. So what are those games?
I don't know. They'll probably be announced sometime.
Either in a Direct or possibly E3. But they are working on Switch exclusives. One of them potentially Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, more than like I think the Metroid Prime 4 is going to be later on though.
Yeah, it makes more sense. Like I really do not see it coming out this year at all.
Yeah,
that just makes sense. But with that, final thoughts on that?
No, I am pretty much I'm good. I'm pretty much I think. Yeah, Metroid Prime 4.
Metroid Prime 4. That's all I gotta say. Metroid Prime 4.
Honestly, not a bad developer choice. Pretty damn good one.
Nope.
With
that said, though, that's our last news story of the day, boys.
Damn.
So, closing statements. Matt, go.
If you haven't played Metroid Prime Trilogy on either the GameCube or the Wii, do it right now. Put down this podcast, go buy it at your local GameStop if they have it, and if you don't have a console, buy that too.
Or wait for the inevitable Switch port.
Yeah, wait for the inevitable Switch port. Go play it, play all of them, and then go buy Metroid Prime 4. Support the Metroid franchise, because not enough people do.
Closing statement for this episode from Spencer. Go.
Metroid Prime is the Phil Fish of video games.
What?
What?
I thought
No,
Phil Fish was the Phil Fish of video games.
Shit, you're right. No, Metroid Prime, go out and play it. PUBG is not a good game. Don't play that.
We don't have to say that.
Crash is a good game. Play that.
Crash is excellent.
Spyro is a good game. Play that.
Spyro is also excellent.
Keep your stick on the ice.
Is that a fucking Red-Green reference?
You're goddamn right it is.
You're goddamn right it was.
Red green. Let's
Oh
go.
my god. Okay. Well, with that said, I think that's the best way we could have ended this fucking thing.
Yeah.
With that said, we're going to wrap things up here. So thank you for listening to another episode of the Bearded Banter Podcast. Like we said at the beginning of the show, this is a bi-weekly show now, so we will be back in 2 weeks with another episode. I have been your host, Shane the Bearded One. With me is my co-host, my new permanent co-host, Matt Legion Rex.
I have thawed out the snow, so I am fully freed and able to do podcasts.
I have defeated the snow pile.
I have defeated the snow pile. I have defeated them by becoming one with the snow.
I have defeated the snow pile, therefore I am the snow pile.
I am the snow. All that snow you see on the ground, that's not actually snow. That's actually little flakes of me.
That's just me.
It's all me.
And joining us, our lovely special guest, Spencer.
Hey, it's me.
It's me. It's
It's
DDP.
Yeah,
It's Dio.
It was me, Dio, all along.
Oh, Jojo.
Fuck it. Okay, we're wrapping this up. Thank you for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Keep on gaming, everyone.